at the Board of Selectmen. Lots to cover at this week's meeting, including the issue of a new town accountant. We'll have an update just ahead.
After a month of detours and traffic tie-ups, the Elm Street reconstruction project comes to an end. ELCAT takes a look at the new Elm Street and all the improvements made on this busy stretch of road.
Only 1 week left before the first day of school. We take you inside ELHS as teachers and staff get ready for day number 1.
Also at the high school, the brand new tennis courts are nearly complete. A progress report just ahead on ELCAT News Week in Review. Good evening, I'm Alexi Cohan.
And I'm Bella Koyanakis.
We begin tonight with a busy agenda this week for the Board of Selectmen. Topping the list, the hiring of a new town accountant. The board considered 2 candidates, one, the former town accountant, Tom Caliento, whose contract was not renewed, and second candidate, Sarah Menard, who currently works as an accounting manager at a hospital group. After both candidates were interviewed and the board discussed who would best fit the position, the final outcome came down to certification. Menard is a certified public accountant, as Caliento is not, giving Menard an edge. However, the decision was not unanimous.
I think that CPA does speak volumes. Also, I think that kind of puts Sarah over the edge a little bit ahead of Mr. Caliento.
Is that a motion?
Yes.
Is there a second? I will second.
I think East Long Meadow's in a pretty good situation over the years. We're AA, and I just think the town's in a good situation. Have we had a few problems, with the county? Yeah, but, we're human beings and we have the problems, but we have other committees that should be picking up some of these problems that we that we occurred over this last few years also. Mm-hmm. And I just think Tom has more knowledge of what's going on and how things work, because you can listen to a candidate, they're going to do this and do that at an interview. And then after they're here, you're kind of a little disappointed in what you thought they might be when they got here. So
Right.
That's true.
I'm a guy that I rather keep with what we got and try to work with them to make them better than just ditch them for the sake of trying to get someone else. And I got to say, I think the accountant should be paid one of the higher positions in East Long Meadow, because that's the heart of East Long Meadow.
After more consideration by the board, Menard was selected to be East Long Meadow's new town accountant. Keeping with the Board of Selectmen, the Water Bottle Challenge Race, directed by East Long Meadow High School graduate Catherine Merton, is set to be a run with a cause, all with bottled water in mind.
I'm doing a road race to raise money to buy and install a hydration station at East Long Meadow High School. Mm-hmm. So do you guys know what that is? It's
You tell us all about it.
It's an appliance. We're going to put it where one of the bad water fountains is. It's just a trickle of water, so nobody can really drink out of it. Mm-hmm. And so you put a water bottle under it, and it fills it up really quickly with clean, filtered, cold water. So I'm hoping to reduce the use of plastic water bottles at the high school and in the community by having this event and raising money for this appliance.
Merton says the project is going great and she's looking forward to the race day, Saturday, August 23rd. Registration begins at 7:30 a.m. with the race starting at 8:30 a.m. To register, it is $20 for adults and $10 for children, which will all be going towards a hydration station at East Long Meadow High School. Everyone is invited to join in on the fun for this 5K run and walk, which Merton hopes will raise awareness to the harmful effects of plastic water bottle usage.
A very small portion, surprisingly, of plastic water bottles are recycled, and that generates a huge amount of waste that goes into landfills, and it's completely unnecessary.
Merton, who is a Girl Scout, is running this project to receive her Gold Award.
The Gold Award project is supposed to be something that identifies a community problem and contributes to that problem in a sustainable way. And through Environmental Club, the usage of plastic water bottles has become more and more obvious to me.
The Board of Selectmen approved Merton's request to hold the race. In other news tonight, drivers will be happy to know that the detour signs are now gone from Elm Street.
The reconstruction project from the Rotary all the way down to Elm Street to the Springfield line is all but wrapped up.
ELCAT talked to the Department of Public Works about the project and what it means to drivers. The DPW's Director of Operations says the entire project went off without a hitch.
They did a nice job and they did it right. Palmer Paving has removed most of their equipment. They just finished paving the last of the driveways. There are a few other places in town that they're going to be coming in to touch up. But other than backing the berm, looming and seeding, we have plans to hydro seed the edges of the road there, which will make it much quicker.
Colin gives credit to drivers and residents along Elm Street.
People were very patient. They were awesome. I don't know that we had any complaints at all. There were a lot of police details out there, and traffic. There was traffic, but they followed the rules. They went through when they could in limited space, limited time periods, and when the road was closed, everybody just did a great job, including the people that live on Elm Street, which were most inconvenienced. They were very, very, very good about the whole project.
Residents will also see a savings down the road. Colin says the old asphalt taken from Elm will be repurposed. During
this process, in milling the road, we received 3,000 yards of gravel to the East Long Meadow Transfer Station, which we're going to be able to use going forward at a great savings to the town. I can't give you an exact number, but we spend thousands of dollars a year on gravel for our road jobs, for the sidewalk jobs, and we have an abundance of gravel right now, and it's really a positive. The only thing left to do is to finish up the new traffic light and crosswalk system at Elm and Maple. Right now, the Department of Public Works is working with Daigle Electric in replacing the lights at Maple Shade and Elm. We've put the conduit under the roads so that each corner will have a crossing button for the crosswalks, and we're actually forming up the crosswalks right now, and hopefully we'll be pouring the concrete later this week. That project should be complete by the end of the month.
Sad to say, but summer is almost over for East Long Meadow students.
School starts on the 26th of this month, but teachers and staff are already back, getting ready for the first day of class. While the summer months are fairly quiet, now that school is just days away, things around here are getting really busy. The first day of school is August 26th. We stay at ELHS for this next story.
After a long search for a new home, the town's IT department is moving out of Town Hall and into the high school. East Long Meadow's IT staff is busy moving into their new office at the high school. IT Director Ryan Quimby says the new space is much needed.
In Town Hall, we were incredibly cramped for space. We have a little over 200 square feet, which, to put that in perspective, this room is 900 square feet.
The move, Quimby says, actually started years ago.
We actually started trying to find new space about 6.5, 7 years ago. The move to this location actually started a couple months ago. We got all the approvals and actually started physically moving everything this week. The high school is the majority of our support issues, so that's why we came here, to kind of put us where the problems are.
With more space, Quimby says, the department can be more organized.
The advantage of the bigger space is gives us room to grow. It actually gives us room to be organized, where in the other office there was absolutely no room to be organized. I mean, if you look around this room, this was all the stuff we had in that one office that was less than a quarter of this size. I'm very happy. It's actually good to have space and be able to stretch out, and people don't have to get up out of their chairs so people can walk by, and we can have visitors.
Quimby says the move should be complete long before the students return to class at the high school. A lot of news to cover at the high school this week.
The brand new $350,000 tennis courts are just about complete. After more than 30 years, East Long Meadow residents will soon have new courts to play on. ELHS Athletic Director Robert Marhefka says the new courts are a big improvement over the old.
We needed new tennis courts because of the condition the old ones were in. They hadn't been resurfaced in quite some time, and some of the cracks and greenage that were growing in the courts were making competition difficult.
The courts are open to residents, but will also be used by the ELHS tennis teams. Marhefka thinks the renovations will really benefit the players.
The new courts will benefit the players because they'll be able to focus on on what they're doing, on their competing, on their practicing, on actually playing tennis, rather than worrying about where that crack is or where they need to step.
The Department of Public Works says the project is moving along well. A layer of asphalt is down and fencing is installed. Paint, new light posts, and netting are still to come. The court should be done by the end of August. In sports news tonight, Spartan athletes are back on the field this week.
Practice for fall sports is underway, but before any games can be played, a lot of work must be done. Once again, we talked to Athletic Director Robert Marhefka. Even though the school year has not yet begun, the preparation for the fall sports season has already started. Marhefka tells ELCAT that one top priority this fall is new equipment.
Actually, we were able to purchase quite a bit at the end of the school year. We were able to purchase some new uniforms for some of our programs, especially the sub-varsities. We were also able to purchase a new competition wrestling mat and new cheerleading mats to replace the old ones. So we had a very good end of June.
Getting the fields in shape is also high on the to-do list.
From what I've seen over the last few weeks, it seems like the field's in a lot better condition than I thought it was last year. There doesn't seem to be any visible damage. It seems like people have really been taking care of the complex over the summer.
Marhefka also says there will be a lot of new faces on the sidelines this fall.
We do have a handful of new coaches this year. We have a new varsity cheerleading coach, Coach Jeffrey on, who last coached at Minnechaug. We also have new sub-varsity coaches. We have a new freshman girls soccer coach, Coach Stacy. We have a new freshman girls volleyball coach, Coach Abad, and we have a new freshman boys soccer coach. We are still looking for an assistant field hockey coach. So if anybody is interested in that, please contact me.
How do the Spartans look this season?
With the work that they've been putting in over the summer, every morning it seemed like there was a large group out here getting ready. I think we have a lot of teams that are ready for some good things this fall.
While practices are already in full swing, games for most sports don't officially begin until the first week of September. You know, Bella, I'm sure all the athletes are excited for their season to start. It's a great way to get involved.
It's a great time of year, and I know I'm excited. Well, that will do it for us tonight.
Thank you for watching ELCAT News Week in Review.
I'm Bella Koinakis.
And I'm Alexi Cohan. Until next week, good night.